everybody. I wanted to do something real quick. Let me get this. Oops, that's what I wanted. I wanted to say a shout out thank you to Brian M789 for following me. Thank you so much. I hope you can catch other lives, and if not, go over to YouTube and I'll post all my content there. So I hope you'll be enjoying this. So this thing that I'm about to say on this stream I'm about to do, and then the future YouTube video that will be posted is dedicated to you, Brian. So I hope that you enjoy this. Okay, so my mascara is making me tear up a little bit. It's emotional too. Maybe it's my mascara, maybe it's my emotions, maybe it's Maybelline. No, it's a different brand that I use. Anyway, bad jokes aside, I just had this wonderful epiphanous realization moment. And I wanted to share it with you because, okay, this is the past 24 hours. Now, when I watch my Abraham videos, Abraham says that when you're in the flow of life and you know you're in the flow, you know you're in the vortex, things happen so quickly and naturally, it's too much to keep up with. It's overwhelmingly good. So you work on meditating and having these good thoughts and feeding your brain good videos, good movies, good streaming, good music, good books, good food, good sleep, good water, good friends, good everything, good dialogue, internal and external. And when all of these elements that surround you start to make you really happy, then you get these ideas. This is what manifestation really is. Okay, so you get these good ideas. You get these twinkling instinctual ideas that are different than just a thought, right? You've got this thought that, I don't know, tells you what groceries you need and tells you what your to-do list is. And those are very practical things that we need survival land wise, okay? And I don't know, like everyday maintenance and how to cook a meal and how to do things. Your brain has to prioritize and make a list, and it has to go in order, and you have to do things in a logical, systematic way. But if you don't turn that off, or at least put it in the background, you can't really turn it off. Okay, you want to keep living. So if you just put those thoughts in the background, then you won't be bothered by them, right? And you'll be able to have different kinds of thoughts come to the foreground and kind of envelop you, happily. It's okay. So let me just break this down because it's brand new to me. I got the answer to my question and it's kind of overwhelming. So when you're in flow and you know things are happening, you'll be like this. You'll be like, I don't even know where to start. I can't speak fast enough. This is all happening at the same time. It's like, whoa, it's all coming to me all at once. It's like a really big download for your computer, and your computer will be like, wait, I can't run any programs right now. I can't do anything. I just needed to chill. So that's how I feel. Okay, so where do I start? Let's see. 2 days ago, I asked the universe a question inside my head. Didn't tell anybody. I was just like, what if this doesn't work? What if I'm wasting my time? What if manifestation is just some big scam online to get your money and have you watch videos all the time so some nefarious, entity is getting all the money from that? Now, number one, who cares if they're just getting paid because I'm watching YouTube videos and they make me feel good? I figured that's stupid. I can watch any influencer or any program or any informative anything. Like, I can watch literally anything on YouTube, and if enough people watch it, someone might get paid something from YouTube, right? So that was kind of like not a stupid question, but it went nowhere in the conspiracy world. It was like, that's an obvious answer. The answer is, who cares? So watch whatever content you like and let whoever gets paid get paid, and all that, who cares? I'm not actively going into a seminar or paying a monthly fee for anything I don't believe in and anything I don't get value out of. And I am a part of Quasi's community online. He has a school community and I pay for that, and I am a member and I get a lot out of that. Having a supportive community of other like-minded people who are actively figuring out manifestation is really helpful. Having a coach or a guide who obviously has success, and someone like Quasi is really honest, and he's like, hey, this is what I do and I can teach you how to do it for a price. Like, I gotta make a living. What's wrong with that? Because then once you learn from him and you go out and replicate what he does, you'll replicate his results in your own way. You'll say it your own way, and everybody can benefit from hearing this same message over and over again until it clicks. And even after it clicks, you can still be benefited from hearing the message over and over again, because you're going to deeper and deeper levels. You want to get into the vortex faster. You want to get into flow faster. So it doesn't matter what you call it, as long as we understand one another and we're helping one another. That's the biggest thing. So I kind of dispelled those beliefs, right? But I kept thinking, but why isn't it working for me consistently? Why is it that I'm having starts and stops? And why is it that I see these big things manifesting, but I can't, and I see little things manifesting, but I can't really get into this flow more consistently? And also, here's like a bigger question. I'm getting over a cold, hang on. A bigger question: when I'm manifesting, how do I know I'm manifesting so I can get deeper into that manifestation and not just be like, I'm expecting a check in the mail that I know is coming, and therefore at some point I know that check is coming, so I'm just going to relax and visualize the check actually arriving. What I said to the universe was, in my morning meditation and my evening meditation, bedtime meditation, was, I generate income from multiple sources. And then I did a fun one, because Abraham was like, hey, just do this. It's kind of what they call a rampage. Oh, so sorry. Still a little sick. So a rampage is this thing where instead of being rageful and angry or manic or crazy, you do this like happy rampage where you purposefully get more and 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 more positive. So you just want to like elevate your frequency really fast and then try to hold it. And I love a good challenge. I'm a sports kind of person. So and I'm a gamer, and anytime you give me a challenge, I am all for it. So this was number one on my brain. Like, this is a challenge. I can do this. So I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. She being Esther, but they being Abraham. They're telling me like, okay, so you get into this zone and you use this positive self-talk and you get really jazzed about your positive self-talk. So I was like, okay, I can do this. So my my positive self-talk is I receive money from multiple sources at the same time, and I guess like this is what it sounded like. I actually have the recording of it. I'll actually play it for you if I can find it. It sounds like me. It's very fun and silly, and it says like as if I'm talking to you. Okay, we'll just practice. Here it is. Okay, it's this. It is. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe how much money I have, and I cannot believe how fast it comes into my bank accounts. It's like flying at me left and right, left and right, left and right, 24 hours a day. I have so much money, I don't know what to do with it. I literally don't know what to do with all my money. I love using the word literally, and I'm literally a little bit overwhelmed in a good way. I'm just like trying to take it all in, and this massive amount of money that's coming to me, it's like, what do I do with all of it? I mean, I've maxed out my savings account and it's not getting much interest there. So obviously I need to invest in some stuff. So I'm like, okay, stock market, cool. Let me figure that out. And real estate, sure, why not? Let me figure that out. And more businesses, sure, why not? Let me figure that out. And I know the knowledge will come because the knowledge is the universe. So it'll just download into my brain and give me great ideas, and I'll know what to do with all this money. And then when I do stuff with that money, it'll just make more money. And here I am just like, well, I'm just going to keep making more money, and more money is going to come to me. And then I'm going to be like, well, I guess I need a bigger house maybe, or more cool stuff in my house, or more organization in my house. Then I could like pay someone like an expert to help me organize my house. And then I could have like a gaming room and let have like my dreams and my entertainment room. And oh, that would be so much fun. Yeah. So you keep going and you keep going and you keep going and you keep going, right? I could go on forever because I love doing this. It's just so much fun and it's a lot of imagination and it gets me in a good mood. And it's just something that when I'm alone or just with my husband, I'll just talk these things out. It makes him laugh. And so I just makes myself laugh. And I'll record it. So then I can turn it into a meditation and I can listen to it. So if I hit a road bump and I'm having a moment of disbelief or negative energy or, sad moment that I've processed a feeling and I want to come out of it and quickly and I don't want to stay in that sad because, I had a good cry over something legitimate like missing my grandmother because she passed away and then something will remind me of her and I'll have a good cry. Just like, and then I'll be like, well, she'd want me to be happy. She always made me happy. So I'm going to make myself happy. And thinking of her, now I'm going to think of good thoughts that make me happy. So then I'll get on this like happiness rampage. And I was finally brave enough the other day to listen to recordings of messages that she left on my cell phone. And one of them, she's wishing me a happy birthday. And another one, she's saying, oh, what time are you coming over for dinner so I can have everything ready? And just like all these loving, beautiful messages that she would leave me just in our everyday lives. But they mean so much to me now, just to hear her voice and to hear how positive that she was so positive. She was a positive force in my life and a lot of people's lives, and she was just my biggest cheerleader. And now my mom and my husband and my son and my friends, I have my dad, I have a lot of cheerleaders now, and I'm not just focused on my grandmother. So I realize that once you open your mind up to say like all of these people, and that was a part of my morning meditation, my night meditation was changing my mind about how I viewed the people in my life, that I wasn't going to concentrate just on how like they bothered me or they annoyed me or they were stressing me out or they were difficult. I wasn't going to do that anymore. I decided that instead I was going to switch over to a positive way of thinking, a positive way of being, and that I was going to appreciate them and think about how great they are and what they do to contribute to my life. And I was going to declare that all the people who love me in my life are here to help me, and they help me constantly and they support me, and they're always helpful and they're always loving and they're always kind and they're always cooperative and they always have my best interest at heart and they always say positive things and they always make me laugh. And I just kept doing that in my morning and bedtime meditations, and really, really quickly, lo and behold, they did it. They transformed right before me because I'm looking for that and I'm attracting that and I'm matching that frequency, and that happened. So I'm thinking back like, okay, manifesting does work. It's worked in my mood, it's worked in my relationships, it's worked in organizing and cleaning my house, it's worked in so many ways. Why am I stuck in the money kind of business career quadrant as like stuck on not being able to manifest? Why is money where I get stuck? So I did a bunch of research and watched a bunch of videos and read some books and articles, and then parts of books. I didn't read whole books in 2 days, although I guess I could have if I'd had more time. But I listened to audiobook excerpts and read some chapters and did a bunch of research. And what I figured out, especially from, shout out to Nero. Nero is another YouTuber who does manifestation videos, and he had a fantastic video. And if I can figure out how to post a link, I will. Otherwise, I'll just figure out how to tell you which one this is. But it was like, if you're not able to manifest yet, do this, kind of a title. And basically what he was saying was, you will manifest when you are no longer emotionally attached to the reality you are currently believing in. So that was huge. That was mind-blowingly huge. It was like that I am emotionally attached to my current reality. And that's why I'm stuck, because I'm not letting it change. So when I heard let it go, I kept thinking of relaxation and breath work. When I hear I'm not letting it change, that's a thinking thing. That's an imagination thing. That's a belief thing. That's how I visualize. That is, I heard over and over again from Abraham and others that it was like, don't believe in what you see. You have to believe and then you'll see it. Okay, yeah, and it was just not clicking. And now this clicks. So the emotion that I'm feeling is attached to a belief, and that is what is holding the visual reality, that the density of the matter that I touch and I experience, and the money in my bank account and the things that I do, it's all one. So the thought, the feeling, and the action, and then the response to the action and the thought and the feeling is the stuff that I touch and can manipulate in the real world. But it also is how people speak to me and treat me and interact with me. And so far, everyone's been very loving and kind and helpful and wonderful. And that has really helped me relax. So now, when I relax, my mind is opened up. And when I elevate my frequency, I'm in that zone, that creation zone, that level of fun creation, and all the ideas are possible and all the solutions are there. So Abraham's right. If all I do is complain and talk about the problem and think about the problem, I'm never going to see the solution, because it lives on a different plane of existence. It is nowhere near the problem. The solution exists in this plane of existence of creativity and play and happiness and connectivity and love. And problems are very base level. It's very much at the bottom of the barrel where you're just scraping the junk and throwing it. I mean, it's just like, you can come up with some very good images and analogies for things, creatures, and people and things that when they scrape up something gross and fling it, right? Ew, gross. I don't want to be a part of that. So if I keep the visuals simple about like when I'm bottom dwelling, as opposed to when I'm elevating, the elevation is so much fun. And today, so since yesterday when I watched that video and I was like, oh, it's not just a state of mind. It's not just a emotional thing. It's that I'm connecting my thought with an emotion, and I am holding myself in stasis because I have created a belief that I am too scared to change, because that's where I'm at. It's my reality. It's what I'm used to. And even though I want something new, I have been emotionally attached to this old thing for so long. I'm scared to let it change, let it evolve, because I think of that as loss. I'm going to lose what is in order to make room for what is coming to me, what is becoming. Now, here's the part where I'm soothing myself and I'm going to soothe you. What you like is going to stay. What you love is going to stay because you want it to stay. You're just letting go of the things that bother you, the things that need changing. So the healthiest thing to do is to allow them to change. That would be kind of what the best idea for manifesting what you want is, to allow it to manifest, allow your life to change, allow what you see to change. So the ADD brain that I have that goes super fast, I needed to slow it down with meditation to go from beta to theta in my brain waves. So beta is active and then theta just goes a little bit slower. It's daydreaming and manifesting and in the zone. And I just needed to slow things down. And then if everything was coming at me too fast, I wanted everything out in the open in my environment so I could see everything, because I was forgetting. I was losing track of my equipment. If it was electronic, if it was, I have old school stuff like a video camera and I have videotapes, and I want to transfer this old technology to the new technology in order to use that data. So I have to make sure that I have the battery. I have a way of charging the battery. I have the cassette tapes available, and I have the connection between this camera and the new computer that I'm going to digitize it into. That's a lot to keep track of, and it was kind of scattered everywhere. So as I'm decluttering, I am now making sense of my stuff, and I'm putting it in a space together, collecting it. And then I'm like, okay, universe, show me where to put this. Show me how to organize it. Show me what bin I need, what drawer, what shelf. Where can I put this so that it's visually still accessible? I see it on a regular basis and I know where it is, and my brain can map it out, memorize where to go to get to it and where to go to get it. So I don't have to be in chaos and clutter. I can have an organized life, but it feels like it's coming organically from me, who I am, and what I need, and what I authentically want. And then it's expressing itself very practically. So I think the hang up on a lot of people when they disconnect and they don't understand when they're trying to manifest something and they are looking for the results, they want it to be like magically materialized in front of my eyes. And how's that going to happen? Like that is not how our reality in this world works. We have to like pick an object up and move it. We have to get someone to help us build something or install something. And you may need outside help. You may need an organizational expert. You may need a handy person who knows how to use a saw and a drill. You may need to become a handy person. You may need to watch a lot of videos and read a lot of books on how to organize. I was watching a video just the other day about this gentleman who's autistic, and he helps people with autism and ADD and ADHD and bipolar disorder organize and declutter. And there's a real difference between people who are hoarders and people who are clutterers. And I never thought about that. I had just lumped myself in the hoarding bin because I was depressed and anxious and I was going through grief, and then that was causing some hoarding issues. But then again, when I was not hoarding anymore, that activity stopped. I wasn't bringing new stuff into my environment. I was just left with a mess. And I'm like, well, what do I do with all this stuff? I don't know. My brain's like, I don't know. What do you want to do with it? I don't know. And then I watched this video and I realized, oh, okay. So I have this visual component because of the way my brain processes information, and I want to see everything. It's why I have 15 tabs open at the same time on my computer and my phone. It's why I have all my stuff out on every surface imaginable, every table, every shelf, everything has something on it, because my brain is craving that information and those reminders. So it wants to see things and then put it together. So I'm really good at pattern recognition. I'm really good at the memory game, but I'm not that good. If I organize correctly, I'm thinking I could now get really good at it and remember what every drawer has in it and what every file has in it. And I can now give myself these little visual cues and visual reminders and have things out that need to be out and in drawers and, cabinets and files that need to be there. So it's easy when I open it, like, here's everything. I open a drawer, here's everything. So now I'm getting it. And it's hard to explain because it's an experience. It's a feeling within your body, but it feels really good. It feels really confident. It feels really calm. It feels really positive and happy. Like I'm complimenting myself like, hey, I'm not a screw up. I'm not a loser. I'm okay. I'm a human who now understands how to deal with a mess. And I was always just so jealous and baffled. I'd see other people with clean, organized houses and they just seemed so perfect and minimalistic. And it triggered this thing in my brain where I was like, well, I guess if I was as rich as they were, I could be like that. And if I had money, I could do that. And I like made myself, I don't know what the word is, gave myself an excuse for why my life was a mess, because I couldn't figure out a real answer for why my life was a mess. If I wanted it so bad, why couldn't I have it? So I used money and time as my excuse for why things were disorganized, because, I don't have enough money, so I work all the time. And because I work all the time, I don't have any time to work on this mess. But what I realized is when I go into my office situations at my business or businesses, depending on what's going on in my life, my business office is always perfectly organized and everything is always great. And I know exactly where it is. Or when I'm teaching, my teacher desk, my teacher folders, my teacher shelves, those are all perfectly organized. I know exactly what I'm doing there. I never make a mess. I never clutter. I never hoard. It's always perfect. When I'm in my kitchen, I know exactly where everything is because I'm using it all the time. And so it started to dawn on me that I'm like, wait a minute, I can organize. It's that I don't know what the purpose of this room is. I don't know what the purpose of this surface is. I don't know what I'm doing in this space. And therefore I can't manifest what I want because I can't get a clear picture of what I want. So the whole point of getting into alignment is to allow yourself the time and the calm and open up the space within your psyche, within your spirituality, within your magnetism, within your aura, open up some space, some breathing room, and slow time down because it's a concept. So space and time are just concepts that we believe in. There really is no such thing as time or space. It all just is. So I can just slow it down and breathe. And then I can take a new look at it with fresh eyes because I can get some space between me and what is freaking me out. And once I do that and it's a bit calmer and everything's good, I can start to see why something should be placed in a certain place for convenience and accountability. And this is really the best place for it. And I can make it look good. I can make it look aesthetically pleasing, but I can have the things around me that I need and it can start to make sense. This started to extend to the question that I asked about manifestation. Does manifestation really work? How does it really work? Why does it really work? What am I looking for? Where are the road marks? How do I understand? Where's the map? How do I know when I'm close to something really manifesting? Okay, so the answer I got today was it's kind of like, I'm not saying to ignore it. It's just what Abraham talks a lot about is like an in the meantime kind of thing. It's like, I've already done the asking. The universe knows what I want. The universe is working on bringing it to me. So the universe is arranging people who do certain things and have certain things that will come to me, be drawn to me, be attracted to me. And then the universe will show me how to organize everything and do everything. So on a small scale, it's what's in my world, my room, my house. And then on a larger scale, it's all the people who will be coming to me and coordinating with me to make bigger things happen. So today, after I did all that research and heard all the things and processed it and kept doing my meditation and kept doing my positive stuff going into my brain to keep it occupied, I went outside, no phone, on purpose, with the dogs, and I was just quiet. Just quiet. And I allowed my brain to not think, allowed it to be quiet. And I concentrated on my breathing, but I didn't do anything like formal close your eyes meditation. I just sat in a chair and relaxed and did a little theta state daydream. Like you just go like, ooh, my eyes are kind of like a little zony and I'm feeling a little tingly and hey, I'm staring at that grass and look at those pretty purple and yellow flowers and ooh, and you feel a little high, you feel a little, and I'm perfectly sober, but I'm getting a little ooh, and ooh, that breeze feels good, and ooh, look at those trees and look how bright green everything is, and oh yeah, it's spring all right, wow, and my backyard looks like a golf course over there, but it looks like a spring field over here. And ooh, the grass is getting high over there. Oh yeah, that looks like wheat and like all these silly fun thoughts that were just I was just allowing it. And the dogs were entertaining me and they're running all around and eating sticks and chasing butterflies. And oh yeah, there were butterflies too. And butterflies came through and I'm like, "Oh, there's a black one. There's the yellow one. And there's the ooh, wow. And then there's a hawk. And then there's a cardinal and then there's a squirrel." And it was just like this whole symphony of everything wonderful, and it just made me feel so good. And then I was like, I'm hungry, so I want coffee. I'm sweaty, it's hot out here. So it was time to go inside, and the dogs were all panting, and I'm like, time to go inside and get some water and make some coffee. So I went inside, got water, made coffee. Then I felt like making breakfast, so I made some breakfast. Everything just kind of happened the way it was supposed to, and I didn't judge anything and I didn't make a list. I just allowed and allowed and allowed and allowed. And then I'm watching, I look on YouTube and I see something interesting and I'm like, oh, okay, let me tap on that. And because I watched that video and I'm listening to it while I'm cooking, these ideas start coming to me. They start filtering to me, and all those questions that I asked months ago and all the goals that I set for myself and all the desires I had, and as Abraham, the rockets of desire, I fired off, right? I fired off a lot of rockets. And then now all of a sudden, everything is coming back to me. And it started to be like a dreamy, hazy feeling. And all of a sudden, everything is kind of coming to me. One answer after another, after another, after another. And I'm seeing things and seeing things and seeing things. and a friend of mine calls and we talk about an idea I've had for months now. And he says, "Oh, I have that same idea. I think that's a great idea." And I've already told my husband about it, and he thinks it's a great idea. So my husband and I are talking about it, and we're talking to our friend, and we're all talking together, and we're like, "This is a great idea, and we can actually do this. This is actually practical." And we start talking about like practical ideas, not plans. We didn't make a list. We didn't say, "Well, you take care of this by Monday." And no, nothing like that. It was just fun. It was just friends talking about things, and it was fun. So we just kept talking about it because it was fun. And we're like, this idea is really fun. And then it was time to do something else. So we're like, bye, we'll talk to you later about this great idea. We'll have more fun talking about it. And we will, but we moved on to the next thing. And now the next thing was I got this next idea, and I was like, wait a minute, I just solved this problem that I've been having for a very long time. But I've been watching these videos about like the specific solution for how to solve the problem. And now I'm thinking, you know what, I could actually do this. Like, I'm not going to be scared of it anymore. Like, suddenly I had confidence instead of anxiety, and suddenly I was excited and tingly and like, oh, this could be so much fun. This could be so much fun. Hey, I can do this because it's fun. And it was no longer this anxiety worry about making a list and making a budget and talking about how much each of these things would cost me, and then circling with a big red pen the amount of money I obviously don't have to do this project and the amount of time I obviously don't have to do this project. And then it would, if I did that, like I have in the past, it would feel horrible. It would feel terrible, and it would cause me severe misery. And then I would get into anxiety and depression, and I would go into what I like to call a death spiral, where at the bottom of it, I'm like, I'm a loser, and I'm terrible, and I might as well just not be here, blah, 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 blah. And nobody likes me, and I'm just going to go eat a can of worms. That kind of thing, right? Like, nobody wants that. That's not where you want to be. Some people are stuck there, and we want to help them elevate out of that. And some of us are like in the middle, and we're like vacillating between those lows and these highs, and we want to stabilize, and then we want to elevate. So we're getting this like nice, like, hey, I know what this feels like. And then we come back down to normal. And then we want to elevate to a new normal. And no, you can't be like, blissful all the time. You got to be chill, right? But you can be a happy chill. You can be a blissful chill. So to manifest bliss is to manifest this feeling of relaxed contentment, relaxed satisfaction that sometimes turns into excitement and tingly feelings and fun and happiness. And it's like all effervescent, bubbly. Yay! It's a lot of fun. It's a really good feeling to get easily addicted to. And the whole thing is, don't push it. Don't force it. Relax into it. Allow it. And so these words become actual feelings and concepts, and then they become beliefs. So now I've got more confidence, and I'm like, oh, wow, I just solved like 15 problems in 15 minutes. And I'm not going to worry about it anymore. I am not going to make a list. I am not going to go get price quotes. I am just going to stay in this happy imagination place thinking about it. And I have this image of it, and I'm like, that is so much fun. I'm just going to think about how much fun it is. And that's what Abraham was talking about. That is exactly it. And what Quasi is talking about is, well, what kind of person do I have to become to make that a reality? And now I know. The kind of person I have to become is the kind of person who has fun, who thinks about fun and talks about fun and has fun and is fun. And I'm just like, yeah, this is fun. So all the details are now going to present themselves. The universe will line everything up for me and present it. And yes, that may be an instinctual thought to look something up on Google. Yes. And then I will do that research. And then here's a website and here's the price. And oh, wow, look at that. I have the money. Oh, okay, let's do this right now. So that's how I'm spending money now. And that's how I'm allowing money to come to me from the things I'm already doing. I've already got my set job and income and stuff that's happening, but I'm allowing more things to open up. And then as they monetize, they will monetize. And that's okay. I'm not judging anything. There is no judgment. There is only allowing. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing to pay the bills and to live my life. But I've decided that I'm happy and that I'm doing it gratefully and I'm having fun. And I'm going to just daydream about those happy thoughts that just came to me today where I could see the solution. I could see it and I could live in it and I could walk in it and I could be in it. And I'm like, wow, this just solved all of these problems, all of them, all at once. So I definitely want that. That is what I want. That is so cool. But now I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to let it go and let the universe take care of it. And the only place that I have in all of this right now is the happiness inside of me. It's just living in that bliss, living in that imaginary bliss whenever I want to. Whenever I have time to daydream, I'm going to visit that happy place and live in it and fully feel it and fully realize it, fully imagine it in my being for as long as I want. And then I'm going to leave it and move on with my day. So whatever I have to do right in front of me, I'm going to do it gratefully because I know where my happy place is. I know where to go to get my happy place. And then if I'm happy in the moment doing what I'm doing, that's my new happy place in that moment. And then if I'm done with that and I'm like feeling a little iffy, I know to go to my happy place. I'm going to that solution where I know it's happy. You see? So you're always trying to just keep yourself in a happy place. Keep yourself in a good mood. That's how you generate this blissful feeling inside of you, and that's how you manifest the bliss. It comes from the emotional well-being within you, and then that vibration will travel out of you, attract what it needs, and bring it back to you, and then you'll start to see the physical manifestation in front of you. It'll start to make sense. It'll start to just happen. So you really don't have to worry about how and when. Let that take care of itself. You just worry about, I tricked you. Don't worry. That's the key. Just be happy. Do not worry about anything. The worry will stop it. The worry will slow it down. The worry creates resistance. That's why you're sitting there thinking, why am I not able to manifest anything? Why is this taking so long? Because it takes the time it takes. You're in charge. You decide. Your mood decides. Your belief decides. And that is one in the same. The way you feel is the way you believe, and the way you believe is the way you feel. So to change the belief, you change the feeling, and you have to change the thought. So it always has to be the connection between mind, body, and spirit. So you are constantly flowing between your mind and your heart and your feelings through that, right? So you've got that heart instinct, that heart connection to the universe, that love feeling, that good feeling, that bliss feeling. And then you've got a logical mind that helps you work things out and helps you do things, because you need a mind to measure twice, cut once, hammer a nail, screw something in, program something, write something, dance something, sing something, do something, cook something, build something, be something. You need your mind. But if you get trapped up here and all you do is think, and you make constant lists and you worry about everything, you'll get into anxiety and depression because you're worried about what you're thinking about, and you're worried it's not going to happen, and you're worried you're not going to have enough money, and you're worried you're not going to have enough time. And now, boom, you're right back in not enough land. And that causes resistance. That will stop you from manifesting faster than anything. So the real key to all of this allowing, is really focusing on your well-being. Focusing on your mood, focusing on your happiness, focusing on your bliss. And it doesn't require anything but your focused attention on what makes you happy. And then figure out what makes you happy, and then do that and listen to that and look at that and let that in and be with that person and talk to that person and have that great idea. And then it all starts to happen and it's all so much fun. And you know who's really good at doing this? Kids. Kids and puppies and kittens, right? They just know how to have fun. They just know how to be, and they know how to have fun, and they know what their imagination is for, and they know what their friends are for, and they want to go to a playground, and they want to go to school, and they want to go to their play group, and they want to go to their best friend because it's fun. And they want to watch that movie because it's fun, and they want to play that game because it's fun, and they want to do that thing because it's fun. It's fun, 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 fun. And then we all grow up and forget how to have fun. So now we remember. We all are remembering how to have fun. And that is the most important thing you can do. So I say to you right now, please find your bliss, and then you will manifest your bliss. So to find your bliss, find what makes you happy. And pay attention to your mood and make sure it's good. And then you will manifest your bliss because you're manifesting these happy thoughts and these happy feelings, and then it'll show up in the real world. And don't get fixated on any one thing in particular. Don't keep a scorecard and don't judge. Don't judge by the reality you see in front of you. Judge by the happiness you're generating within you. And then go out and see if you can find other people to generate happiness with and generate fun with and get on that same level with, get on that same vibration. It really is all about your vibe. So find your tribe, find your vibe tribe. Ooh, I think I'll just go ahead and trademark that. You heard it here first, I hope, folks. We're going to create a vibe tribe. And I hope you'll be a part of my vibe tribe because I'm going to be all blissful. This is the blissful vibe tribe. Okay, we're going to have some fun. So find your fun. I used to be so good at this, and I think I still am. I think I just there's a reawakening within me about like how much fun I am. And you are too. So when I was a kid, oh man, everybody wanted to come over to my house and have a great time, or I'd go over to their house and we'd have a great time. We'd go on an adventure and have a great time. I used my imagination to think of fun things to do from morning till night. And when I slept really well and I had really great dreams. And then I'd wake up and do it all over again. And my main goal in life was to have fun. And I don't know at what point in my adult life it became to make money, but that's the wrong goal. That is the way wrong goal. Having fun is the right goal. And that's the one that'll shift my belief system. So remember what Nero was saying. He was saying that when we're attached to a belief emotionally, we're not allowing it to transform into what we want it to be because we're attached to it the way it is and we're holding it in place. We are creating the stasis. We're creating the resistance. So we have to allow it to change by being emotionally vulnerable, by being open to something new, by being a little nervous, by being a little scared in that good kid way. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be so much fun. So go with that. Go find that happiness, find that fun, find that bliss, find your vibe tribe. And once you find all your friends who want to play the same way and want to have fun the same way, then you'll start having ideas about how to monetize it and how money could flow to you. It'll present itself. And those thoughts are okay. Don't judge those thoughts. Those thoughts are good thoughts. They're helpful thoughts. If what you want is more money so you can do more fun things and you can transform your life to look the way you want it to look and you want to buy the things you want to buy and have the things you want to have, then don't be scared of that. It's okay. Some people get hung up on this whole like altruistic thing where they think they're godly if they don't have any money. BS, okay? BS. I call BS. There are a lot of wealthy people who are very happy and do a lot of good in this world and have a lot of fun because they have a lot of money. So I think it's perfectly great to have a lot of money and to share it and to have fun with people and to help people. And, you can help more people when you have more money. And not every not every rich person helps people. That's okay. There's more than enough money for everyone to have money if we believe. It's all about belief. So if a rich person wants to not help anybody, that's okay. That's cool. They can just they're probably helping themselves and their family. And you just don't know about it. They probably are helping a bunch of people and you just don't know about it. So maybe don't judge them. Shocking concept. Hard, very hard. People love to judge the rich, but you can't judge the rich if you want to be rich. Because then you're judging yourself and you're keeping money away from you with your judgmental attitude, which is what I used to do. I only share what I know and I only share what I've experienced. And so when I'm getting all sassy and judgmental on you, it's really about me. I'm reminding myself of what a judgmental little bee I have been because I was really not as kind as I should have been or as accepting or as forgiving or as tolerant or as vulnerable or as patient or as fun as I should have been. And I see the mistakes I've made and the friends I've lost and the messes I've made. And I want the friendships. I want the love. So it starts with me forgiving myself and others, and then it leads to me cleaning up my messes, and then it leads because if I'm not judging the mess and I'm not judging myself, it's pretty easy to clean it up. And then that means I'm not making new messes, and that means I'm not judging in my present moment. And my mom and I were just talking about that today, that we are working on being non-judgmental, not less judgmental, non-judgmental. And don't go arguing with me about like, oh, what you're talking about is I can't judge people and then I'm in danger, or I can't judge people and then I'll get taken advantage of. Really? You would do that? Because I wouldn't. I'm not giving up that kind of judgment. If I get a bad vibe, it's a bad vibe. I'm going to judge it and I'm going to save my life or save my money. I'm not going to get, hurt or conned. Obviously, keep those instincts. But what I mean is, if I'm just sitting here going like, that girl's fat. Ugh, look at her. That's mean. Why am I doing that? Why am I wasting my time on that? Just don't do that. Or if I want to make fun of somebody to make someone laugh and I think it's really funny and I'm on a riff, I wouldn't want them to hear that. Their feelings would be hurt and I wouldn't want anybody saying stuff like that about me. So maybe I'm not going to waste my time on that. Maybe I'm not going to put that vibe out to the universe. Maybe I'm going to stay in this bliss zone and I've got better things to do with my time than judge other people. And that includes people I don't know, like celebrities or politicians or even a neighbor that I don't know, someone in my community I don't know. Why am I wasting my time judging them? Now, judging actions, if my neighbor does something, to my property, yeah, I would judge that. I would judge that action and I would take care of it. But generally just driving by and I'm just being judgmental about, I don't know, how their front yard looks or something. So that's what I mean. Be discerning. And if it's helpful or it saves your life or your money, okay, cool. Use that judgment. It's called good judgment. But just judging things, it's the same thing as list making and over budgeting and then scaring myself. I can use my brain for good things or bad. I have that choice. So I'm starting to see where my choices and my judgment and my discernment is helpful and where it is hurtful. So, the age-old advice, it stands. And here it is. You ask a better question and you get a better answer. And that's what I've been doing. I've been taking old questions and questioning the questions and then thinking, you know what? I should ask a better question. And when I ask a better question, the universe opens up to me and the floodgates open and it's a deluge of information downloaded into my brain and my being. And not just my brain, like it is blissful because my whole being is involved in it. And all of a sudden I have all the answers I've ever wanted. And I'm like, that makes sense. I get it. And I don't just get it intellectually. I get it in my heart. I get it in my gut. I get it all over, all through my chakras. And everything is tingly and everything is wonderful and everything is great and fun. Fun, 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 fun. My life is cotton candy. It tastes great and it's effervescent. It's like champagne bubbles or soda bubbles if you're sober. Because, an orange cream Coke Zero nowadays, really yummy. Probably my favorite thing to drink lately. And that is full of fun effervescence. So just pick your favorite things in life and then have more of them if they're good for you. And have a little bit of it if it's like ice cream. I love ice cream. But, I don't overindulge. I'll look for something else. Or I love steamed cream in my coffee. And maybe I will use a little more half and half and a little less cream to save some calories, but I still get that yummy, creamy because it's cream feeling. So don't give up on the things that feel good. Find healthy ways to express yourself and to healthy ways to indulge and healthy ways to celebrate. And you don't have to look for them. You just have to say, I'm happy and I'm in a good mood and I have a question, and then the answer comes and then you recognize the answer for what it is. A lot of people, when they ask questions and then they want to get answers back, they are, how do I put this? Impatient about how fast it comes to them, which you're in charge of, by the way. And they are also disappointed or confused when the answer comes back to them and it's not in a box with a bow or a note or here's your list of instructions. So I think movies and cartoons have been a little bit misleading because they have given us this visual, especially anime, which I love. I'm a huge fan. But they have given us this image that it's supposed to be conjured in front of us. And it's not that we get it through this misty feeling of this vibration, this frequency that we tune into. And then we're motivated by some intrinsic instinct. So I'm here to tell you that the way to manifest is to start paying attention to how you feel and the vibration of your body and how the vibration that you are feeling inside of you goes outside of you. And then the universe will bring messages back to you through vibration, and you'll feel it, you'll see it, you'll have visions, you'll have complete images, you'll have, it's like a movie, but it's more than that. It's like virtual reality. I was in the space. I was living in it. I was touching things. I was feeling things. I was experiencing the solution. And that doesn't go away. That is mine. It was like a dream, but I was awake. And I'm like, "Oh wow, I get it. I get it. I get it. This is it. Eureka." It was a eureka moment. So now I get it. Oprah used to call it an aha moment. I love that. And it is. It's like it opens your mind, opens your heart, opens your chakras, opens your vibration, and then boom, I get it. And now I get to allow it. I get to allow it to materialize. I get to allow the answers to come to me one by one. I allow the money to come. I just keep allowing, and everything's going to line up perfectly, and it's all going to be in divine order, all in divine time, and the money will be there when I need it, and everything's going to be great because it is. It already is great. So it's going to be great because it is great. So start with where you are today and be grateful for it, even if it's just, I'm breathing. And then start to dream and start to have fun and then allow. So that's the point of the message today. Be where you are and make sure where you are is in a state of bliss, a state of happiness. And if you are not currently happy and blissful, it is your job to relax and meditate and start filling yourself up with things that make you feel good to get yourself to that vibration of bliss. And then the manifestations start to happen. So please don't ask why it's not happening. Ask, am I in a good mood? Am I blissful? Am I vibrating at that highest frequency where all the creativity happens and all the solutions come to me? Because that is where all your stuff is. And that is where all the good stuff is to come to you, to bring the money, to bring the material possessions, to bring the security, to bring the friends and the family and the love, to bring it all together, to bring everything you've ever wanted together. It starts with living in that higher vibration. So don't ask questions about when is it going to happen and when am I getting my money and how much. And no, wrong questions. Wrong questions. Ask better questions and then you'll get better answers. How am I feeling right now? Am I feeling happy? Then I'm doing my job right. If I'm feeling anything other than happy, I better do whatever it takes to get back to feeling happy. And that can mean content, relaxed, at peace, blissful, excited. I can be feeling like I'm having fun, or I can feel like I'm at the beach. I can feel like I'm, relaxing in the mountains, anywhere that puts me at ease. I can pretend I'm in a bubble bath. I can pretend I'm cozy in my bed, but I need that level of comfort and feeling good. Like, I'm cozy in my bed, but I'm right here. So at this moment, I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling relaxed. My whole body is relaxed. And I'm so grateful I can breathe through my nose again. Yeah, it's the little things. You have a cold and you get all stuffy and then all of a sudden you're like, I can meditate again. Yay. I mean, this really happened also. I'm so grateful for this cold this past week because I couldn't do my deep breathing exercises and my normal meditations. I had to modify how I was meditating. And that was really frustrating me. So I was like, okay, what do I do if I can't follow along with deep breath, and I'm coughing and I'm sneezing and I can't breathe and I'm miserable and I'm achy. So I'm like, okay, well, I want to feel good. So I remember what it feels like to feel good. I'm going to just be in that space in my head of feeling good. And what I'm also going to do is I'm just going to listen to a bunch of videos that make me happy. And I'm going to keep listening to videos. And then when I watch something, entertainment wise, it's going to make me happy. And if it doesn't make me happy, I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to switch. And I'm going to listen to music that makes me happy. And so that's all I did. Every input was happy, 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 happy. And it worked. It worked wonderfully. It was a different kind of meditation, but it worked. And then I also found this other website about different ways of meditating, which reminded me of my different ways of meditating. And I was like, I already know this, but it was a nice reminder. Like, wait a minute, I don't have to be just laying in my bed doing my deep breathing meditations. I can also do waking meditations. I can do sitting, standing, and walking waking meditations. So I switched to that. This isn't working, I'll try this. So life is about creativity, and that means flexibility, and that means adaptation, and that means change. And then it dawned on me, I'm not afraid of change. And I don't mind emotionally letting go and allowing and letting things transform and manifest in front of me. I actually like it. I'm actually really addicted to it because I'm very highly adaptable. When I see a problem and I want a solution, I adapt to whatever I need and figure it out, because that's what our brains are for. And I'm not alone. Every human does this. We have a lot of fun solving problems. So obviously, what I was doing when I'm in the real world solving a problem is I'm looking for the solution. I'm looking for the item. Where's this cable which will help me plug this in, and that is the solution to my problem. I'm looking for a physical manifestation of a cable, and I'm thinking about it, looking over it, and lo and behold, I will find it. And whether I manifested it out of thin air or it was in that drawer the whole time, I don't care. I now have the wire I need to do what I need to do. All problems have solutions. They go together like a lock and a key. Stop looking at the problem. You already know what that is. Don't look at what's missing. Look for what's missing. Don't look at what's missing. Look for what's missing. Meaning, I know I'm missing a cable, so let me look for the cable. And I visualize it and look for it, and I don't stop until I find it. And then I physically find it, and then I use it. Every single thing you want to manifest is like that. You look for the solution. And if you don't know the solution, you allow it to come to you. And you can just meditate on, well, I'm going to allow the solution to come to me. I'm going to relax and enjoy the breeze and enjoy my life and allow that solution to come to me. You're here, right? You're watching this video, right? I think the solution has arrived. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you've gotten some benefit out of this video today, or this live Twitch stream if you've been with me. And I hope that you'll come back and visit me again. And please be in the chat room when I'm live and ask me a question, or leave a comment on my YouTube page. And I'll figure out other ways that you can reach out to me and talk to me. And we could maybe stream together, or, whatever, but I'm here for you. I want your happiness, and I want to be your cheerleader, and I want to help you find your solutions, because everyone is capable of living in bliss and manifesting their bliss. So from me to you, I wish you nothing but happiness. I wish you joy and fun and creativity. And I will see you next time. And let me see if I can find my button. But I hope you've had a great time with me today, and I hope that you come back and we can have more fun next time. And I hope you'll reach out to me so we can look for your solutions. In the meantime, I will continue to share mine, and I will be doing what my shirt says to do. This is one of my happy places. I will be imagining I am blissfully on the beach. That's one of my favorite places to be. So until next time, be well.